Hi guys, Rob here. I'm about to cook lunch, so I thought I'd bring you along and have a look to see what I'm going to cook. Enjoy. Just put that on my head. So guys, what we have here, going to do a little bit of a simple salad, and we're going to have, for me today, is very much low carbohydrate. I'm going to have my high carb meal later today to fuel my workout for the morning. So I'm staying low carb. I've got a little bit of fat going in this, which is coming from avocado and beef. Beef's 5%, 200 grams there, which obviously fills my protein quota, as well as having a little bit of fat in there as well. Carbs coming from primarily berries. Got an apple here, that's going to be my fruit selection to go with the meal. So let's put it together and you can see what I'm going to do. So asparagus is going to obviously need to be cooked, so we're just going to get this on the go first. When I cook beef, beef in particular, I'd have to say I like cooking it on its own, unless I'm adding in something like eggs to go with the beef. I don't really like to, 3-second rule there. Don't like to add anything with it. So I'm going to cook asparagus, going to get it on the go and start cooking that. Let me just bring it down a little bit more. There we go. So let's get that in. And start putting my fruit selection before I start getting the board dirty. And like I say, fruit, I tend to just mix and match it. But lunchtime, I've already had a bowl of berries this morning, so I'm just going to add in an apple with some more berries. They're all frozen and defrosted. Keeps it cheaper. And when you defrost frozen fruit, you normally get a pool of juice at the bottom, and it's all natural, no added sugar. So it really gives you a bit of a nice natural sweet hit at the end of it. Grab some tools, and berries are a mixture of blueberries, raspberries and blackberries, and they're so low calories here that I'm not really fussed how much I have. That'll do. Put that back in the fridge for later to consume. So just keeping an eye on the asparagus. Now, with the salads, let me just put the core in the bin. I normally do eat the core, but not today. And with the spinach, obviously spinach is a little bit chunky, so what I do is just slice it up, just to stop it being so chunky. Not too anything too small, but just enough to keep the leaves a little bit smaller than they are. It's already baby leaf anyway, so don't have to cut it out too small. Now, just to bump it up with not very many more calories, is iceberg lettuce. And I'm also trying to use up what I've got in the fridge. So just nice and shredded. Again, not too much. More than anything, I'm just using it up to also add, as I say, some volume with a small amount of calories extra in there. We've got an escapee there. Now, spring onion, I normally have more spring onions, but I've only got one left. So just putting the one in there. Today. And I can start to smell the asparagus slowly burning, which is fantastic. It gives it an extra little bit of flavour to it. And then beef straight in the pan. And as you can see, you probably noticed on some of my other videos, if you've seen them, I don't tend to add any oil or anything in the pan. Certainly most of the time anyway, sometimes I do. But I just don't want the extra calories. As long as it doesn't ruin the pan. Like I say, you've got a little bit of fat in the meat, so that more or less when it starts cooking keeps it non-stick. If I go 3%, maybe I add in a little bit here and there. Not today though. And what I'm going to do here, you can add whatever flavours you want to your beef. It really comes down to personal preference. Today I'm picking lemon pepper. Sometimes I put buffalo seasoning in. Sometimes I put paprika, black pepper and just a little bit of salt. Today I've chosen my choice. That's going to be lemon pepper. And obviously personal preference here. Sauerkraut. Just going to finish off the bag here. So I normally get my sauerkraut, I've said in other videos, I've talked about this, I normally get it from Asda, but I went to Sainsbury's this week. I do tend to shop around, and Sainsbury's was where I went, and they have a different kind of sauerkraut, which includes carrot, shredded carrot in there as well, and sometimes it makes a nice change. Now, in the salad, I'm going to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Not much, but it's enough to give it a little bit of flavour. Some chopped onion, which I seem to be putting on everything at the minute. And then I'm going to add in half an avocado. Now, the reason why I'm going with half is because I got these particular avocados from Costco. And the Costco avocados are a lot bigger than the regular supermarkets. So it comes out at just over 100, I think it's 111 grams I weighed these at, or the last one anyway. And they're all very similar size, so my guess is it's going to be around about the same. Now that's cooked, nice and brown. You see, I tend to brown them off a little bit, where they're a little bit burnt, just to give it an extra taste in there as well. And before that starts browning, I'm just going to wrap this up, a little bit of cling film. Great. Just got to the end. We'll add in, just open another one I have on hand. So, what's everyone up to over the weekend? Hope everyone's got nice plans. I myself going into London tomorrow. My son is doing a race for charity, and obviously going over to support him. Can't wait to see him in action. Right. Put that in my salad. I'll get back to washing that later. Put that in the bin. Obviously keep tidy as you go along. Makes it easier after you finish. Now, for those that have seen some of my other videos, I love jalapenos. So I'm going to put the rest of these in. Just get rid of the juice. Now, see here. Now be warned, obviously, for many of you, you probably don't have the asbestos hands that I have, being an ex-chef. So just be careful, because obviously it's still hot. But what you want to do is, in particular, you want to get the avocado, okay, and squish it around, okay, making sure whilst you're mixing it up to get the lettuce and the spinach, okay, mixed up with that avocado. That's the important bit, because it really makes a difference, okay, in texture and taste to this particular salad, okay. And then obviously in your bowl or plate, and that right there is your lunch. Just get the remainder of the bits of my lunch off my hands. And there you have it, guys. That right there, as I say, is lunch. It's that easy. Obviously, you can see I had a few things out my fridge, but for the better part, it's taken me just under 12 minutes, okay, to cook. And you got a meal here that's very low in calorie. Obviously, at the moment, low carbs, but you can use this mix and put them into a wrap if you wanted to add in some carbs. You can even add some rice to it if you wanted to, or just a couple of slices of bread on the side. If you wanted to go a little bit higher fat, I'd highly recommend chopping up some walnuts, putting them in there, or almonds. But obviously I've explained today is low carb for me, where I'm going to start fueling for my session tomorrow, later on today. But for now, it's just low carb and a little bit of fat in there as well, and keeping my protein relatively moderate to high. My carb sources are berries and an apple, and I might put a bit of flaxseed on there as well, but we'll wait and see when I start eating my meal. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Okay, any questions, as always, you know where I am. I will be more than happy to get back to you. And guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm about to go and enjoy this. It's one of my favorites when I'm on a low carb kind of day, if you like, or part of my diet in a particular cycle I'm following. And I love doing it. Okay, I love following it. It's one of my favorite staples in this phase in my diet. So guys, again, have a great weekend, and I will see you soon in the next video. All the best, guys. Take care.